a Superstars of Wrestling review here on Pro Wrestling Logic. Don't have many of these left. We've had about 240 of them, though. Unfortunately, the whole 500 series is not available. Wish it was. Certainly would make life better if it were. Anyway, we move forward into the May 23rd, 1987 edition of this particular program, and this is the Memorial Day edition. Basically, an endorsement by Hulk Hogan kicks off the program where he talks about wanting to be a major force to stand up for all of the veterans and such at the time in the area and, fight for them. He's fighting for them, etc., and so forth. An enhancement match starts. Jerry Monty starts off the program after the Hogan promo, facing off against none other than the wonderful nature that is various people here. Also, Superstar Billy Graham talking about his surgery is here. The Macho Man Randy Savage, though, his opponent here. Savage, not really quite yet fully turned babyface yet, but that's the idea. Elizabeth alongside him, and Savage out in purple bandana, Elizabeth out in a purple dress, slash, something like that, and Savage comes in, big power slam, body slam type maneuver, goes in, top rope, elbow drop, very basic match. Savage doesn't need more than about 2.5 minutes at most to win the match. Again, the return of Superstar Billy Graham's talked about. Graham talks about having hip replacement surgery. They are going to show the surgery in the upcoming weeks on Superstars. Not exactly the smartest thing in the world, but hey, it is what it is as far as things are concerned, and that's there. We go to the next in series of things, tag team match, enhancement match, up here next, and ultimately facing off, I believe Demolition is the team that is facing off against folks here. Let's just look at that. But the amazing thing is Hulk Hogan being used to pop the sweep type thing, especially back when syndicated television mattered. Pretty big deal. Actually, no. Hillbilly Jim and Outback Jack, a relatively new team in the area. And Hillbilly Jim comes in, hits a diving elbow drop on his opponent, and Outback Jack comes in, kind of hits the boomerang clothesline to the back of the neck, back of the head, etc., and ultimately gets the victory for his team. Hulk Hogan says he's going to get rid of King Harley Race in a upcoming Texas Death Match in Boston on the 6th of June. Moolah, Fabulous Moolah, says in fact that she is impressed with the WWF Ice Cream Bars, the one-man gang, relatively new in an enhancement match here. One-man gang does a run with Hogan around the time. Kamala doing a run with Hogan in other towns too, so certainly the one-man gang also turning into Akeem a few years later, so basic thing there. And the Slickster in control of Akeem. Akeem hits a front suplex, kind of stomping across the ring pretty aggressively, and nails the front suplex, crushes his man. Bobby Heenan says that he has new members of the Heenan family coming along and no one's going to stop him. Also mentions that he believes that the King, Harley Race, will be the man to unseat Hulk Hogan and bring the World Wrestling Federation championship to the Heenan family, which at the time would be a pretty big deal. Then we see the returning Ken Patera against the Gladiator. Gladiator's Ricky Hunter under mask. Patera off step, hasn't wrestled a little bit, hitting a couple arm drags pretty deep and getting a victory there. Then we see kind of the snake pit with Jake Roberts, Bobby Heenan out promising that in fact Harley Race will defeat Hulk Hogan. Cowboy Bob Orton, managed by Mr. Fuji, weird combination, forgot that happened for a little while, but when Orton and Morocco were a team, that's there. Hulk Hogan the opponent, and Orton goes to town on Hogan pretty aggressively in the corner, stays on him for a couple of minutes. Hogan manages to brawl around, and at the time, 1987, a Hogan match on TV was a pretty big deal. Hogan gets a body slam, does not get the victory though right off. Hogan slaps on the front face lock, and off we go. Into the continued slowdown of the match, Hogan gets hit with a suplex, and it looks like Hogan may be done, but he obviously does come back. Orton hits the second rope leg drop from the inside. Hogan makes a comeback punch kick and the big boot and the leg drop, and Hogan gets your victory here. Gets a good bit of time posing, and obviously the way to close a Memorial Day show in 1987 on syndicated television is Hulk Hogan, also Demolition, who Gene Okerlund as of yet cannot tell apart. Axe and Smash. Talk about facing the Can-Am Connections coming up at the Boston Garden and how excited they are about that prospect. And that will close us for today. We'll be back with more right after this.